Palantir announces a new mega program with the Trump government. And not just any program, but Palantir's specialty, a digital mass surveillance system to target you and your family and all the rest of us. The Economic Times reported that, quote, Palantir isn't just improving old databases, it's building what some experts are calling the most expansive civilian surveillance infrastructure in U.S. history. Instead of scattered files and spreadsheets, the platform will use real-time data integration and artificial intelligence to profile behavior, detect fraud, and identify individuals or patterns deemed risky by the system. At the core of the project is Palantir's Gotham software. Already used by defense and intelligence agencies, Gotham will now be used on the domestic front. It doesn't just track information, it makes judgments. It could influence everything from how benefits are distributed to who gets flagged for closer scrutiny by law enforcement or immigration officers. So, good. They're deploying military surveillance AI to watch our every move and decide who the government should bug. And by bug, I mean investigate, harass, arrest, and probably more. And while the Economic Times reported that they would be deploying a technology called Gotham, Raw Story reported about a different product called Foundry. This article reads, the push has put a key Palantir product called Foundry into at least 4 federal agencies, including the Department of Homeland Security and the Health and Human Services Department, the newspaper reported. Widely adopting Foundry, which organizes and analyzes data, paves the way for Mr. Trump to easily merge information from different agencies, the government officials said. Creating detailed portraits of Americans based on government data is not just a pipe dream. The company has received also new contracts from the Pentagon and is speaking to the Social Security Administration and the Internal Revenue Service about buying its technology, according to 6 government officials and knowledgeable Palantir employees. And Democratic lawmakers have warned that Trump could use the personal information to target immigrants and punish his critics. And that is exactly the wrong narrative to push, guys. Bad, Raw Story. Bad. This is clearly a leftist argument that they are making. They could use this to target immigrants. No, they could and will use this to target anyone and everyone. This won't just get used on critics of the Trump administration. This will get used on critics of every future American government until the end of America, because that's how government works. Once you give them a power, they never give it back. And we are entering into territory from which there is no return. And inflaming leftist talking points are both unnecessary and not the move. This is not a partisan issue. In fact, this is a deeply anti-American issue. And I'm sure I don't need to explain to a conservative why having AI watching you at all times and doling out social credit scores is a bad thing.